Hi there, and welcome to this video tutorial on making box and whisker plots. I'm going to show you how to do two different plots in this video. So for the first one, we have a set of numbers here that we're going to make a box and whisker plot out of. We need to make our 5-number summary. Remember, our 5-number summary consists of the minimum, the maximum, the first quartile, the third quartile, and the median or the second quartile. I think the min and max are pretty easy to find, so there we have those. And then we need our median and quartiles. Now let's count the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12, so the middle of them would be 6 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here, just to double check, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the other side. And we take the average of the two middle, so 11.5 would be our median. Our first and third quartile are the medians of the first and second half. So looking at the first half, the median would be here in the middle of 5 and 5. We'd take the average of that, which is, again, 5. Ooh, that kind of looks like a 6. 5. And over here, we take the average of the two middle ones, 5 and 17, which happens to be 16. Here we have our 5-number summary. Now, with our 5-number summary, we need to find if there's any outliers in our data. To do this, we take the inner quartile range, which is the third quartile minus the first quartile, and we get 11. Once we have the inner quartile range, we multiply that by 1.5 to get our value that tells us if our numbers are outliers or not. 11 times 1.5 ends up being 16.5. And 16.5 above or below our quartiles would be an outlier. So I'm going to go ahead and take my first and my third quartile, and I'll add 16.5 to my third quartile and subtract 16.5 from my first quartile. Now 16 plus 16.5 comes out to be just 32.5. And 5 minus 16.5 comes out to be a negative number, so since none of our data is negative, we know we're safe on the left end, but we'll still find the value of negative 11.5. Now that we have that, we can create, well, now that we have that, we know that none of our values lie above or below our outlier range, and so we can draw our box and whisker plot with our original 5-number summary. So I'm going to do it a little bit sloppy. I'm just going to go ahead and say 11.5 is our median. Go up a little ways to 16. Down a little bit more to 5. And that creates our box. And then our whiskers are our minimum and our maximum, 2 and 25. And there you have it, a box and whisker plot. Let's try one more just to make sure we've got it. I can turn the page to this new set of data. Okay, using this new set of data here, let's make another box and whisker plot. So again, I'm going to start by finding my 5-number summary. To do that, I go ahead and find the middle of the numbers. Let me count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of them. So the 8th one would be the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double check. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the other side. So we definitely have the middle. We have our minimum and our maximum. And then, since this is our middle, we can ignore it when we find the median or the first and third quartile. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers, so the 4th number in would be my Q1, and the 4th number in past 12 would be my Q3. So now we have our 5-number summary. 4, 7, 12, 31, and 81. Next we find our inner quartile range by subtracting 31 minus 7. And ending up with 24. And we multiply 24 by 1.5 to see our outlier data. and that's 36. So now that we know that 36 is how far above and below our quartiles is reasonable before we have an outlier, let's go ahead and add 36 to our first and third quartiles. Well, subtract it from our first. And that gives us 77 and negative 29, I believe. And so if our values are above 77 or below negative 29, they're outliers. Notice here, 81 is above 77, so 81 is an outlier. Because it's an outlier, what we're going to do is put this with its own mark and have 40 be our next whisker, because 40 is within the reasonable amount. So I'm going to go ahead, draw a number line, and go ahead and plot 4, 7, 12, 31, 40, and 7, 12, and 31 make our box. 4 and 40 make our whiskers. And clear over here at 81, we'll just put a mark for our outlier. And that's our box and whisker plot. Thanks.